My name's Ben King, and my story began early this year. I was working on a cabin and I breathed in a ton of sawdust. And I have asthma and my breathing got worse from that point on, and I've been taking Symbicort for my asthma, and that stopped working. And then things just stayed the same pretty much for about a month or two, and then I breathed in a bunch of peat moss, which has a lot of bacteria in it. And after that, I had an asthma attack that lasted for about 2 months. None of the inhalers worked, no medicines worked. I went to multiple doctors, they couldn't do anything, and I came here to the salt spa. And that night was the first night I was actually able to breathe since that happened. I was kind of in shock, but I was also still living in a house with cats, which I'm allergic to, which swells my lungs up. So that night I breathed fine, but then I slept in the house with the cat skin. The next morning, the breathing was bad again, and I couldn't really figure out what was going on because I've never had allergic asthma that bad to cats that didn't go away with inhalers. So I do believe it was a combination of the sawdust in my lungs, peat moss, years of smoking, that started coming out. And the bacteria was eating away at this material coming out of my lungs. And what the salt was able to do was to help my body fight the bacteria in my lungs, the excess bacteria that was also inflaming my asthma. Every time something would come out of my lungs, it just kept inflaming my bronchial tubes. And what the salt did was it fought back that bacteria and allowed this stuff to come out of my lungs over 6 months of time. And I stopped coming here for about 3 months because I wasn't sure what was going on, and I came back 5 months later, I believe it was, and because this just kept lingering. It's just like, and I could tell there was a bacteria in my lung. I could just feel it. I had an infection of my gum. My immune system was able to kind of fight that off, and my lung felt better. So it's like it just kept fighting this bacteria, but it kept growing back on this material that was coming out of my lungs. So I came back again about 3 months later, and I came in here within 24 hours. It was like I had a new lung. And the only thing I can attribute it to is this salt killed the bacteria just the same as salt preserves any kind of materials. I mean, vegetables, fruits. That's why they put it in soups, you know, and I'm going to keep coming back, I can tell you that right now. I'm going to keep coming back until this is gone, and I'm probably going to come here once a week and maintain it, just to be sure I can keep helping my immune system fight this bacteria. It's pretty much in my left lung. My left lung was injured through a car wreck, and then I had all these other things happen, so it was a perfect storm of things that happened to my body where it just couldn't handle it all, and then the bacteria was able to just keep growing at a rate that inflamed my lungs. And that's my story. Salt definitely kills bacteria, I can tell you that right now. So if you have a bacterial problem, this is the place. That's about as good as I can do you. I'm not an actor.